Hi everyone, this is Sherry. Welcome back to Sherry Makes Sense. If you're new to my channel, just a quick introduction. This channel is about my mommy life. I am married, I have a 4-year-old, and I'm 32 weeks pregnant. I'm due this November. This channel is also about planning and organizing through the KonMari method, as well as the majority of it has to do with getting out of debt using the Dave Ramsey baby steps. So today I just wanted to talk mostly about how we prepared before we actually started the baby steps. So pre-baby step number 1, and baby step number 1 being, saving $1,000 for your emergency fund. So to prepare for that, we had to do several things. First thing was we had to have our 4 walls up. We had to have that in order. And what that means exactly is, were we paying all of our bills on time? Were all of our credit cards, were the minimum payments being made? Were we just on top of everything, and was everything being taken care of that needed to be taken care of? So for us, that wasn't actually anything of a problem. Most of our, actually all of our bills are on auto pay. I always follow up and make sure that the payments are correct. And the times that I have missed and forgotten to do this, it has, come back to bite me, because sometimes some things just happen and you slip through and you might get charged twice for it. So it's really important to always keep track of your payments, not to forget any payments, and to make sure that you're getting billed correctly as well, because you don't want to be overcharged. So having your 4 walls taken care of is really important. And what kind of goes hand in hand with it is the second thing, which is having a written budget. And Dave Ramsey talks about it all the time. They, have their every day, every dollar app that they talk about. I don't use that program. I've actually, Gazelle Intense has a really great tutorial on a budget that they have, and I'll link that also for you. But that's what I use, and I just put it on Google Docs, and I'm able to look it up on my phone because there's an app for that. There's an app for that. And then anytime I need to look at it and double check numbers, I have it there for me. So that's what I use, and I prefer that because I feel like I have a lot of control over the numbers. I am constantly on my budget, looking at it, making sure everything's going right. And because our bills are set up, they're not taken out all at the same day, they're like spread throughout the month. I do have to go in there constantly and just make sure, okay, has the water bill been taken out, has our mortgage been taken out, just to make sure that everything is being taken care of. So I would suggest for most people starting out, make it like a weekly thing, a monthly thing if you can, and then for me, it's just almost an every other day thing. Once there's a transaction made, that's when I go on there. So having a written budget is super, super important. And then following that right after is, where can you tighten your budget? Where can you make cutbacks and really prioritize what is important for your family at this moment while you're trying to get out of debt? So for us, the very first thing that we cut out was a membership to a massage place. And I know it sounds ridiculous and very posh or whatever, high end, but it was something that we enjoyed. My husband has a high stress job, and I just like getting massages. So, it was something that we were putting money towards, and once we knew we wanted to get out of debt, we cut that out immediately. Then we found other ways, like from the very beginning in February, probably through the next 3 or 4 months, and even up to now, I'm constantly looking at our budget and seeing where else can I cut back, what else can we lessen. If you look back at my channel in July, we did a no spend category month, and I cut back our groceries in half. We didn't do any spending as far as eating out. Our entertainment was cut back, and I think for me, my personal money also I didn't spend. So that was a great challenge, and something that you can do also to help motivate you. I like challenges, so that always kind of keeps it fresh and not entertaining, but just keeps it interesting. So having, making sure you're looking at your budget constantly and knowing where you can cut back on certain things, like do you really need Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime? I mean, we have we had all three of those things, and now we just have Netflix. And then the other thing is having sinking funds. So I had no idea what a sinking fund was until I started looking into it more. I was watching Gazelle Intense, and they kept talking about sinking funds this and sinking funds that, and I'm like, what is a sinking fund? So it's basically knowing that you're going to have to pay for something. Let's say, for example, Christmas is coming up. So you know Christmas is always in December, and you want to put $1,200, so $100 a month, towards that fund. And that's just a high number. We're actually not doing that number. It's way too high for us. So let's just say that that's for example. Then you would just put $100 every month until it came up to that time, and then you would spend the money. It would be there, and it wouldn't have to come out of anywhere else in your budget. Another example for us, and more specifically, is we have our car registration coming up this December and January. So we know we have to pay car registration fees plus a smog check, and it's roughly about $200 for both my husband and I. So knowing that, I divide that by 12 months, and it's about $15 to $16 a month. And so that goes into a sinking fund. And then once that comes up, we take out the money, and it's taken care of, and we don't have to worry about where the money is going to come from, which was the case beforehand. Now, for us, our sinking fund is kept in a checking account, and what I do is I attach, if you look at the Gazelle Intense tutorial, they add the sinking funds on that, so that's where we have it as well. And I can just keep track, make adjustments if we need to, and then just put all the money into the sinking fund on the account. Anytime we take from the sinking fund, I just make sure and go onto the spreadsheet and deduct it as needed. So it's really, really easy. For me it is, doing it this way. I know a lot of people have different methods, whether they take out the cash and put it in envelopes. Whatever works best for you is what you need to do. And then the last thing is also to keep your family and friends, those close to you that need to know, let them know that you're on a budget. Not to be preachy to them about it, not to say like, you know, you should join and get on the Dave Ramsey bandwagon, but more for support and help if you need it. When we told our family, like, you know, we are budgeting for things, we can't spend money to eat out all the time. At first they were kind of like, okay, but most of them already knew who Dave Ramsey was. It was just a matter of them getting used to the idea of letting us know ahead of time, you know, their plans so that we could plan for it, for like parties and events and stuff like that. So I think that's everything as far as preparing for the baby steps, making sure that you are ready to start baby step 1. I do want to do a couple more videos and just kind of take you through our process, our journey of the baby steps. Again, we're only on baby step number 2, and until we have the baby in November, we're going to be stuck there. So just 2 more months or so. I think that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I love this topic. It's something that I could talk about all the time. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.